On the dark night of September 9th, 1980, a supersized cargo ship fought the Pacific Ocean's furious waves. This ship was bigger than Titanic and as tall as a 16-story building. But just a few hours later, there was no trace of it. No radio signal, no floating debris, no wreckage. Millions of tons of steel vanished into thin air. For 20 years, the world was told only one thing: the ship sank. But when one father refused to accept this, the truth hidden beneath the ocean opened everyone's eyes. On September 9th, 1980, the MV Derbyshire set sail toward Japan. Meanwhile, Typhoon Orchid approached from the east, a storm that grew stronger with every hour. The Derbyshire had been sailing for 8 weeks, from Canada's iron mines, across the Atlantic, past Africa's southern coast, and into the Indian Ocean. Only a few hours remained to reach its final destination. On board were 42 experienced crew members, engineers, helpers, and experts. The captain, Jaffrey Underhill, a veteran with 20 years of experience, believed his ship could handle the storm. He reduced speed, turned the ship slightly toward the waves, and sent an emergency message with his location. But the storm grew worse. Waves rose above 10 meters, some reaching the length of the ship itself. The Derbyshire was not just any ship. It was a steel fortress, built to face the deadliest seas. Yet, something happened that no one could imagine. By morning, the ship was gone. No distress call, no final message. Just 6 days of silence. A search mission was launched. Helicopters, planes, naval ships scanning the ocean. But not a single piece of the ship was found. After 6 days, the search was called off. The authorities said it was normal, a ship lost at sea. They refused to investigate further. The families felt something was being hidden. The MV Derbyshire was built only 4 years earlier at Britain's famous Swan Hunter shipyard, a ship that could carry 150,000 tons of cargo, 4 times more than ships from 20 years earlier. But this wasn't just about size. It was a new design, a bridge-class ship. One side carried oil, the other side carried iron ore. So the ship never returned empty, and the company made 30% more revenue. Only 6 bridge-class ships existed in the world. But the shipyard was under pressure. Japanese and South Korean shipbuilders were faster and cheaper. So Swan Hunter began cutting costs. And that's where the secret of the Derbyshire sinking was hidden. The families lost their loved ones, but one father turned grief into a mission. Peter Ryard, a ship surveyor, lost his young son in the Derbyshire. He refused to accept the official story. 18 months later, another bridge-class ship showed cracks in its hull. The crew was evacuated and the ship barely survived. Peter inspected the ship and discovered cracks in the exact same place. Every bridge-class ship had the same problem. And then he found something even worse. These ships were not built according to the original design plans. Some parts were changed to save time and money. He sent his evidence to the Department of Transportation, but they ignored him. They claimed the investigation was already complete. The families formed the Derbyshire Family Association in 1984 to uncover the truth. Then, in 1994, a private investigation team was formed. They searched the ocean for 14 years, and in just 23 hours, they found the Derbyshire intact, 4 kilometers deep. 6 years of investigation followed, and the truth was revealed. The bosun's store hatch was weak and suddenly broke during the storm. Thousands of gallons of water flooded the front section. The bow sank deeper, ventilators broke, water entered the engine room. One by one, the containers filled with iron ore flooded, and the mighty Derbyshire finally sank into the Pacific. The investigation revealed a shocking truth. Not a major design failure, but small negligence and shortcuts. The bosun's store hatches were weak, and the metal had cracks. The same issue existed in all bridge-class ships. The Derbyshire sinking was not just a tragedy, it was a warning. Safety rules were rewritten, inspections became stricter. The families didn't just find a ship, they changed an entire industry. Today, many shipping regulations exist because of the Derbyshire, and the ship rests silently 4 kilometers beneath the ocean floor. The ocean kept the secret for 14 years, but the truth finally surfaced. MV Derbyshire, a tragedy that changed the world. Like and share this video and subscribe for more real mysteries.